Well, welcome to the very first edition of the Steve Clifton podcast. I am Steve Clifton. Isn't that how like every podcast starts? Sounds all generic and stuff. Podcast. I guess a couple years ago when I started doing stand up, first couple of times I did it, I was at a bar one time doing a show, or not really a show, an open mic, and some guys were like, "Hey, would you like to be on my podcast?" I thought, "Oh my god, I can't believe you asked me." It's the best thing ever, when you first started doing stand up. Like it was like my third day. A couple guys asked me to be on their podcast, and got their number, and they never answered. Anybody that's done stand up or try to do stand up or even start, you know what we're going through on this. It happens all the time. Everybody has a podcast, and I guess I have one now. So here we go. I started thinking about doing this a couple of months ago, and first I went to the research. I looked online, and I get, there's an online thing for everything now. They tell you how to do everything you can tell online, and they tell me to, do this, and pick a format, this format, and that, and this, and this. And it's like, oh my God, it's starting to become like a job. So at first, I was going to do this thing called Top Five or something around that. And I thought, well, everybody's doing that. And it's just like one of them things where I started doing it and I got like too much into it. That's what I did. Started turning into a job. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to get on here and talk. And if it works, it works. If it don't, what do you do? Anyways, so my name's Steve Clifton. You can hit me up at Steve Clifton 7808 at gmail.com. Look at that. I made an email address for myself. Uh, but so yeah, so this is my first time doing this. Is anybody like tired of passwords? Passwords for everything, man. You got a password to log into your phone, password to log into your work email, password to log into your home email, password for this, password for this, password, a password. Hey, by the way, you got to change your password. Hey, this password's got to have a character in the uppercase and lowercase, and we need to know your first grade teacher. I mean, God, what's a password for everything now? I mean, it's too much, Oh, there's an app for it. Yeah, I don't want everybody knowing my stuff. I'm still that guy too, as well. Like where you put your password in and it wants you to like, would you like Google to save this password? Would you like, no, I don't want to know. I don't want even Google to know it. No, I'm going to type it in every time and forget it and resend it to me and type it in, send it to me. See, that's the thing now is like before when the internet first started, I'm already showing my age. When the internet first started, you had to remember all those or you just didn't get in it. You just didn't get in there. Like, oh, you forgot the password. Sorry about your luck until you figured it out. Now it's like we can send you a message or put your eye against the phone. Anyways, just passwords for passwords. We live in a password world now, understandably, because everybody's trying to steal our information all the time. They're not trying to steal your candy at school anymore or your pencils. They're just trying to steal your email passwords or your banking information. But anyways, does anybody at your job deal with caps locks bullies? I hate caps locks bullies. I shouldn't say hate. I just don't like caps locks bullies. Caps locks bullies are people that like get on your computer when you're not there and use the caps locks. Like, who are you yelling at? It's like 1 p.m. Why are you yelling? Then you go on behind them and you got to type in your password. It doesn't work and it doesn't work. It's like, oh, someone was yelling at somebody. Who was sending the yelling email? What happened? Well, who was mad? Anyways, moving along here. I want to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is pot pies. Pot pie, the frozen food item that you can get at your local market there. Pot pie. Who eats pot pie still? I do. I'm 43 years old. I still eat a pot pie. Don't hate on me. I was home alone the night. I was hungry. Pot pie is one of them kind of things like you have to like preheat the oven and cook it like before you're even hungry, right? Like you look on the directions the back of a pot pie, it's like place in oven for 60 to 70 minutes. I'm not even gonna be yeah, that's a long time. But half the time by the time I make a pot pie, I end up eating a snack and then eating half the pot pie. because it takes so long to cook it, 60 to 65 minutes. Like, can I start the oven before I get home? I mean, it's crazy, dude. And I guess and I'm gonna rub some people the wrong way on this one, but I'm the guy who cooks the pot pie. I take the pot pie out of the container, I lay it on the plate, and I smash it up all around. I wanna look at what I'm eating. I am the minority in this, for sure. My wife, everybody I know always hates on me, like, "Hey, why do you take it off and do that? Why don't you just leave it in the container and smash it around? Then you're making a plate." It's my pot pie, leave me alone. I like chopping up and seeing what I'm eating. Plus, anybody that knows me, I'm a clumsy. Will it be a container and you gotta stir it, it's gonna fall over my shirt. Put it on a plate, cut it up, look at it. 60 to 65. Alexa, can you set a timer for 3 days? Who has one of these Alexa things? That's my next subject. Who has one of these Alexa things? I have Alexa. Who doesn't? They're so cheap. They're $40. Uh, I don't know. I think it's recording me a lot of times. I'll just be talking and it'll be like, it'll answer me. I'm like, no. And sometimes I'll see it light up. It's recording me. But I'm not saying anything bad over here, so I don't really care. But a lot of times, I will tell you all this. I fight with my Alexa more than I do my wife. For real. I fight with my Alexa way more than my wife. And Alexa should understand me more. I talk more to her. That's wrong. No, I talk more to my wife. But my Alexa, it's always wanting to fight with me. And it's like the one of the only items that I have that like usually most items like get smarter and smarter and update me, update me, update me, update me. We live in an update crazy world, you guys know. But Alexa never asks for an update, so it's as dumb as whenever you first bought it, I guess. Like for instance, I'll ask it, what's the score of the Lakers game? The Lakers are not playing tonight. What? I'm watching it. Why are you asking me? I'm just saying it doesn't really pick up. You have to be really specific with it now, it seems like. And it just seems like I'm always fighting with that thing. I'll set a timer for, a pot pie or pizza rolls or whatever. And Alexa, how much longer on the timer? There are no timers set. What? I said, so basically, Alexa ends up being an expensive timer for you. It plays music. Never what you want, excuse me, never what you want it to play. Oh, I gotta find me a mute button on here. Yeah, I'm a rookie. There it is. It never plays what you never plays what you wanna play. So it's just one of them kind of things. If you got one in, I've been eyeing my daughter's Google Mini. 'Cause it seems like it doesn't want to fight as much, but I can't take it from her. My daughter. I went to my daughter's in sixth grade. Went to my sixth grade daughter's sixth grade she's 12. Yeah, know your family. Anyways, my 12-year-old daughter, she started sixth grade. I went to her choir concert last night. And I don't know if you guys, have kids this age or whatever, but I'm gonna go ahead and start this, get off my lawn stuff now, because you guys know it's coming. But I'm a kid from the 70s and 80s, and it's a totally different world. I went to my daughter's concert last night, and I really couldn't enjoy it because like every kid in there was talking the whole time. The whole time. Dude, I've never want to go over there and slap someone else's kid. I'm not gonna slap no one else's kid. It's beat someone else's kid. My life. Shut up. Can y'all be quiet for like 30 seconds? I mean, it's just like I guess respect's a totally different thing from whenever I was little. And it just was really frustrating because like I wanted to like it's my daughter. I wanted to hear, if she could sing or not. I'm trying to, you know, trying to make some money. I mean, one day you never know. But I'm just saying, like I couldn't really hear because all I could hear was these kids chitter chattering the whole time. It's like, be quiet. Come on. But it's the year 2021. And you can't do any of that anymore because one, it's not right, I guess, and two, like it is too many camera phones. So I did what any dad should do. I took a couple of pictures of my daughter, a little video, went to Brahms and came home, said everything was great, and went to bed and left it as that. But I think These kids, these days, they got too many choices, man. Too many choices, dude. I didn't have choices when I was little. When I was growing up in the '80s and early '90s, I didn't have choices. Yeah, oh, wait, I take that back. I had choice. Go to sleep or watch TV. Go to the pool or go play baseball. I mean, they have way too many choices, way too many. There's episodes upon shows upon episodes and YouTube and record this and look at that. Who's doing this and Snapchat this and do this over here. They just got so many choices that they just kind of like lost like an authority of what's going on. I don't know if those two make sense. Some people will understand what I'm saying. I just think they have too many choices. You know, like also for adults as well. Like for instance, like when my wife says she'll send me to the store with a list. It's like, get air freshener. You go to the air freshener aisle. It's like 19 different flavors of air freshener, like cherry, this, indoor, outdoor, da da da, blah blah blah. What just happened to just air freshener regular? Why does there gotta be there's a flavor for everything. What is up with the flavors? Like when I was little, we had flavors for popsicles, Kool-Aid. That's about it. Now they got a flavor. There's a flavor for literally everything. There's a flavor for everything. I mean, I think it's just ice cream, like coffee. Can I get a caramel with a flat what? 2 scoops of Bella vanilla bean and my daughter ordering this minus this plus that. I'm like, do you need a calculator to order this? Like, just flavor and just I don't know. I'm just old, I guess. Too many flavors, too many choices on everything. Razors. I mean, it's just too many choices. Maybe I'm short minded and I'm just old school and just give me one or two of everything. And I'm not saying I love technology and how everything's gotten better, but like, do we really need a flavor of every kind of gravy? Country gravy, biscuit gravy, grandma's gravy, brown gravy. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, too many choices. So something that's been happening to me at my job where I work. Well, I shouldn't do that. It sounds way too much like somebody else. Anyways, at my job, I work. Let's say I can't tell you where I work. I work at a financial institution that distributes money back and forth any way you want to do it. You go figure it out. Some of y'all know, and it's really weird to me that uh, people actually have no IDs, no IDs, and I get it. Police officers listening to me like, really, every day. No, like, I mean, people have no IDs. Can I see your ID? I looked at my cousin's house when we were barbecuing the other day. Like, what? I don't have one. Like, I understand because of COVID and everything, because a couple of years, but people, I mean, but besides that, there's no reason not to have an ID. An ID, I'll tell you what it is. Let me tell you what it is. With the youngins, especially, is like for us. Once again, get off my lawn, 70s, 80s kids. Like, we couldn't wait to get our driver's license when we were 16, dude. You started dreaming about it when you're like 9. Wait a minute. You telling me I can get my own car and get out of here and go somewhere else? I'm in. What I gotta do? I gotta take this test. I don't like tests. I'll take it. So we've had one since we were 16. These kids now, these people, even adults, a lot of them, they don't need an ID. I mean, think about it. What do they need an ID for? If you really truly think about it, how many times do you really use your ID? Right? I mean, like I'm 43. I don't get carded for anything anymore. I don't really buy anything. Really, I get carded for. Actually, like you can get carded for like spray paint stuff now, which is crazy. But anyways, so I mean, I guess I kind of get it. Get an ID. How do you not have an ID on you, dude? I was told, do you always have an ID? Don't you leave the house? If you leave the house with everything, I don't care. Have your license in your back pocket. All these people with no IDs. I don't know. I don't know where it went. What? It's crazy to me. I guess er, I don't know why they just don't just make it where it's something you download on your phone. Everybody has a phone now. you see way more people with phones that don't have IDs. So just make it to the phone. I mean, everything's gonna eventually go there anyways. Let's just go ahead and do it. So as many as y'all know, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Yeah, I know. This is our year. We're going to the Super Bowl, baby. Going to the Super Bowl. Anyways, no, we're not. We're going to Super Bowl every year. We never do. But I'm so glad football's back. I love October. This is the best time of the year, isn't it? Find that mute button, Steve. It's the best time of the year where I don't know, football's starting, baseball's ending. I love baseball too. I'm old. I love baseball. Just everything about baseball. Still mad at it. I'm mad at baseball at the same time as I love baseball. I'm mad at baseball because like here locally I can't watch it because my team is they're having a battle with the cable provider, blah 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 blah, and money times money plus money equals money minus money plus a money sign, and I'm like, really? I just want to watch see what like my third baseman's doing. Really, I mean, but I understand this is the world we live in, and everything is coming. We're eventually going to have to pay for everything that we don't like to do. We used to just get everything free. We did, we did, we did. Now we got to pay for everything. So I guess I kind of get it. But I didn't want to watch my getting to watch my team this year, the Rangers, but they were horrible anyway, so I didn't really miss anything. But I get to see the Cowboys because it's America's team and they will play. Dude, Jerry Jones will die if we didn't get to see it. Dude, literally, like the boys are not on TV. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna pay. That's what I love about Jerry. We get to see his product. It's everywhere. It's in our face. We got Dallas Cowboys socks, Dallas Cowboys shirts, Dallas Cowboys plates, Dallas Cowboys pencils, Dallas Cowboys cars. I mean, they have literally Dallas Cowboys. You use your imagination, everything. So, but I think we look good this year. Our team's better. Our defense is better. Uh, Diggs, well, what happened? All of a sudden, we got somebody intercepting and running it back for a touchdown. Like, whoa, was Dion back? So I'm excited, but at the same time, yeah, we'll see. Coach is kind of suspect. Seems like he's still kind of nervous to be like the guy. So hopefully we'll get better. Hopefully do better. But we're in a crappy division, so we should win our division and then play some Seahawks or somebody in the first round, and we're gonna win it all. So, anyways, my team's not in baseball, but I guess I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I don't even know who to root for anymore. It's just like you should stay in the American League. You should stay in the National League. I want somebody new. So give me Milwaukee to win it all. That'd be awesome. I mean, I don't think they are, but that would be awesome. Uh, so some of you are probably wondering, Steve, how come you don't do stand up anymore? How come you quit doing stand up? I didn't quit doing stand up. Oh, I did. So I started doing it in 2019. Had a great 2019. Great 2019. 2020 January did a show. The Stomping Grounds first 51st Comics was epic. Was epic. 2020 January was epic. 51st Comics in January was epic. I mean, it was like the best show I've ever did. It was like 100 people inside there. No joke. And for all you stand up for comedians, 100 people. I mean, come on. And they don't believe there was 100 people. Ask somebody there. There might have been 60, but us, we comedians are. It was great. It was you only got 1 minute, but I made my minute count. It was great. Did that, and then the pandemic happened. That's everybody's excuse now. Anyways, the pandemic happened, and we had nothing for a while there. And I did another. 2021. I did the comedy show again there at Stomping First Grounds, except it was outside because of COVID, and you can't talk to anybody. And don't look at me. Anyways, it was good. Nowhere near as good as the other one, obviously. It was outside. It was cold. Very many people there, like 10 or 11, which we'll take. 11 is good. That's why I'm saying 100 people that one time was epic. 11 people is great. And it was pretty cool. The coolest thing about it was some dude started a bonfire and we were all there, talking about the good old days before COVID. And then didn't do anything for a while there. Got a buddy of mine. We went to open mic in McKinney. It was great. I got nervous the whole time leading up. It was like starting over again because I hadn't been on stage in forever. Uh, Straight up mom spaghetti, 8 Mile in the bathroom before. Just you know. And then I went up there and I did good and I loved it and I got hooked on it again and I quit doing it again. It's one of them things. Stand up is one of them things. It is. I respect, especially some of these comedians that have been doing it forever, more and more and more and more and more because like it's a grind. You literally have to go and 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 be disappointed. Go and go and go and go and go and go and go. Oh man, I did good at that one. I'm still disappointed. Go and go and go and go. It's one of them kind of things, man. It's really a roller coaster. You have lots of highs, lots of lows, more lows than highs. But those highs are great when you get them. But I'm not saying I'm not. I'll start doing it again. It's just man, it's just one of them things. I gotta start a new job, and it's excuses. I need to go. It's fun. It's the thing I love doing, but it's just one of them kind of things when I get off of work and dealing with the public all day and dealing with all that stuff, and then coming home and just like I just want to sit here and watch football and not drive somewhere and hope it's good and stuff. But that's no excuse. I need to start getting back into it. I will start getting back into it. Hopefully this will help me, get my career thing going around there. So what shows you guys watching? I've been watching you know how it is. Hey, you need to watch this show. Hey, I recommend this show. Hey, you need to watch this show. Hey, I can't believe you've never seen this. What? What humans never seen this? And most of the time, excuse me, most of the time whenever I do those or those shows, they're never good. It's like none of y'all know me. And you fight through 4 episodes because it's your good friend and you respect him enough to like, I should make it to at least 4 episodes to talk about. You're like, I don't like it, and I promise you, I got Netflix and it feels like all I really do is just scroll, log on Netflix. I'll spend 30 minutes scrolling. It's like, why I'm paying money for what? But anyways, my wife and my daughter won't let me get rid of it. But the show that I had watched that I'm like, oh man, what have I been? Where have I been? Of course, it's Curb Your Enthusiasm on HBO to go. Funny story there. The reason why I have HBO to go is I got a buddy. Shout out to Jay Peasy. Uh, my buddy Justin, who gave me his password because I'm poor and no, because like I didn't want to pay for HBO to go to watch the Cowboys. So and I wanted to be in the conversation, the water cooler and places other words. And he gave me his password, so I watched Hard Knocks, which was great. And I saw Curb Your Enthusiasm on there. I got a buddy named Brian, which is his brother, ironically. He's been telling me to watch it for years. So I'm like, it's free. And 13 episodes later, I am hooked. I love that show, man. It's so good. So good. Where have I been? So me. Like I actually got obsessed with that show so much I stopped watching it because like I was literally turning into Larry David. Because anybody that knows me, you'll know. You'll know why. You'll know why I like that show. Just like every roadblock you can possibly think of happens to this guy. And that used to happen to me. It doesn't happen to me anymore. Nowhere near as much. Nowhere near as much. Because I don't let it. But it used to happen to me a lot like Larry. And it's just the way he writes those shows is it's genius. There's a reason why Googling he's worth 400,000. I would Google Alexa, but I unplugged her because we keep fighting. I don't want to hear any more than that. So yeah, check out Curb Your Enthusiasm if you haven't seen it. Where have you been? I mean, I'm on episode 13. I mean, catch up with me. Yeah. So we're gonna get into a couple of subjects here that y'all know, y'all. It's gonna be tough ones. So the first one is Facebook. Like, what is y'all status on Facebook? I don't know, man. On Facebook, I feel like breaking up with Facebook. I really do. I've had Facebook. We've been dating, or we've been. I mean, that's what it feels like. I've been with Facebook for 14 years now, and our relationship's been rocky. No, I mean, I've been on Facebook on 14 years. I miss MySpace, dude. MySpace was way better than me. I wish MySpace would have took off and Facebook would have died. MySpace was way better, man. Get your top 8 friends, depending on what your life was going on there. You'd move your friends up, and then they'd be like, "Oh, why ain't you top 8?" Anyways, top 8 friends. The music on there, I don't know. It just seems like when I first started Facebook, I was like way into it. I'm talking about I was one of those guys that posted every 3 minutes. Oh, I'm at the grocery store. This peanut butter looks good. Rangers and Cowboys, and you look on your memories, like, what was I doing? You ever look at your memories and be like, whoa, why? That's me every morning. But here recently, I don't post as much just because like you can't post anything with everybody having way too many opinions. Like, really? Like, I just wanted to say that I like this style of shoe or whatever it is, and people are like, "Well, did you know that those shoes were made?" And like, oh my gosh, why is it so serious? It's Facebook, so you don't have to post as much anymore. But yeah, too many opinions, on there. Way too many people comment on everything. It's just like you can't really. And it's just like, and understandably, it's a society now where it's like you don't know what's going on with everybody. You don't want to offend anybody, and you're trying to like please this person, that person. So the best thing to do is just not say anything on there. It really, truly is. I mean, my wife posts pictures of my daughter and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just kind of like every time I post something, there's always going to be that one guy or one person. Well, really, technically, if you looked it up, you know, there whatever. The water cooler at work was used to be a institutional. It's like, okay, dude, I'm just saying, So it's like I don't feel like fighting with people that I'm barely friends with, you know. So I'm with Facebook, but we're on the rocks because like it's just like just so much, and it also to me like I look on there, it's the same 6 stories over and over and over and over and over, same 6 stories over and over and over and over. And it used to be just all people talking. Now it's too many videos. So if I'm listening to music, every video's got to come on there, and a video and a commercial for a commercial, and a video for a commercial that's got a commercial for a video for a commercial. It's just like stop. It's too much. Too much. I don't know. Like I said, what do I know? I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so I don't know. I grew up. Anybody else grow up in apartments like me? I feel like more kids should grow up in apartments. I feel like these kids now, that's another reason why these kids are softer than we are. Not all of them. Don't get me wrong, not all of them, but the majority of them. They grew up in houses in a cul-de-sac with a basketball court. I mean, more kids should have grown up in apartments, like I did. You know what? If I could go back, I wouldn't change it, dude. I love living in apartments, dude. Those apartment hacks, though. You got you guys, you that don't know, there was apartment hacks. Like, I remember the first time, it's like a 16-year-old, he told me, "Hey, you know what? Teach you how to get a free soda." "What? Free soda? We don't even have soda in my house." "I'm in." "Free soda?" "Yeah." Here's what you do. You carefully stick your hand up it was stealing. Forgive me. It was stealing and, forgive me, and, it was stealing and, he said, "Hey, you reach up here and you just knock one loose. You got a free Coke." Dude, I thought that was awesome, man. A free Coke? I don't even get Coke at all, hardly. I mean, we got Coke when we were little kids, but not really. It was more of occasions, but not like now where every family's got a 12 pack of a Coke and a 12 pack of a 7 Up and a 12 pack of Dr. Pepper. But having a 12 pack of soda in my house was, or any house in the 80s was like, yeah. My mom drank Diet Coke, and I didn't really care for it, but I would drink one every once in a while. But like to have a whole 12 pack was anyway. So he taught me how to get in there and get a Coke. Oh man, that was awesome, dude. I was hooking friends up and girls. "Hey, you want a Coke?" "A Coke? How? Let me show you." "Oh, that's awesome." So I guess that makes sense. sense. I'm telling people to steal, but no, don't steal. Don't steal. Same thing with newspapers, newspaper machines. I would hack those. And the same kid, he's probably in penitentiary now. But anyways, he showed me how to open those as well without putting any money in there, and I would grab 3 or 4 newspapers out and sell them to the people in the apartments. You know, the old people or whatever. They didn't want to go down and get them. So it wasn't right, but that's what we did back then. We were bored, so this is before the internet. And pick your song, or whatever song you want to download, and listen to all that. Anyways, I'm not getting back into that stuff. Same thing with video games. Then and now, I still play video games. You can hate on me. I don't care. I'm 43 years old. I still play video games. So what? I don't care. Uh, these video games now, they're way better. But the thing to me that it gets on my nerves is all these like agreements and login agreement, log into EA Sports and dude. Thank goodness Mario Kart didn't make you do all these agreements. Could you imagine? Signing an agreement, checking an email, logging on, loading this, loading that. Oh, loading this. It's like some of these games you get them, it takes you like 7 or 8 hours just to get them onto your system, and another 14 hours just to say who you are, and then like 6 days later, I'm finally playing the game. What? you know, we used to pop the game in, you were playing it the first day. So it's just like these video games they're way better, but it's also like way more just way more agreements of logging in and creating this and creating that and creating this and create this and create this. What's your name? It's like I just want to play the Dodgers versus the Yankees. I mean, do I have to you have to know who I am and where I live to know play that? It's just like, okay, it's just I still think it's too much. The games are better though. But you gotta know everything about me. I mean, I don't really get that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I need to know if anybody else has paper plate anxiety, napkin anxiety, paper plate and napkin anxiety. Here's what I mean. At my house, we have don't worry, we have dishes. No need. We have dishes. But you got kids and your jobs and da, 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 da. Who wants to put like a sandwich and put it on a plate and clean it, or pizza rolls, or yeah, I eat bad. Anyways, your celery and peanut butter pretzels or whatever you're eating on your paper plates. It just seems to me like we waste a lot of paper plates. I'm not saying you got to keep them, but like if I eat like cheese crackers on one, why do I got to throw it away? I can't just use it the next day for my peanut butter and jelly sandwich when I wake up. I got to get another paper plate and then another paper plate. It just seems like the paper plate, we're wasting too many paper plates. Same thing with napkins, man. I use a napkin till it's like it's unrecognizable, then get another one. Napkins upon napkins upon napkins upon napkins. I just have a napkin paper plate anxiety. Just like we just eat paper. Oh, it even gets worse with spoons and forks and all those things. Those paper. Oh, my wife buys those. I'm like, don't buy those anymore. She's like, why? They give me anxiety. What? Plastic spoon? Yeah, like that plastic spoon box is $1.99. You know how hard it is to make $1.99 today. I can't eat my pudding and then my cereal the next day with a spoon. I don't know. I think I think some of the reason why these kids these days don't respect a lot of stuff and they have all these things is I don't think a kid this day ever has gone through the pain and the hardship and how hard it feels in your heart to get your bike stolen. Are you kidding me? The kids get their bike stolen anymore. You know what? Here's the answer. I think kids still get their bike stolen. It probably happens every day. There's probably a bike getting stolen right now, but the difference is between now and a hard nosed 70s, 80s parent was in the 70s and 80s. If your bike got stolen, oh, I'm sorry. That was a nice bike. Well, Christmas is 7 months away. We'll see what happens. And then you just went without a bike. That's what happened. Now it's just like, oh, I'm sorry, Christopher and Preston. Let's go down to Super Target on Legacy and get you a brand new better bike. What? No. So I just think that there's uh, that's the reason why kids don't respect stuff because they didn't lose it as much as what I'm saying. That I don't know. I got my bike stolen when I was little. Obviously, I need to seek counseling because I'm still having problems with it. Still having problems with it. And I never got it back. And those kids need to give me my bike back so I can ride it down the street here. I don't know. No more bikes, I guess. No, don't steal bikes. Don't steal anything. I don't know. It's like you guys, if you have kids, you know what I mean. If it's just, I mean, for goodness sakes, Butterfingers are soft. Butterfinger the candy. Butterfinger the candy is soft now. I bought my daughter some candy the other day, and I saw those. I got them back, and I got them home. It's like, huh, Butterfinger is soft. What? Like you don't even get a chance to break a tooth on a Butterfinger now. You don't get to get Butterfinger stuck in your teeth for like 3 days and have to get cavities. They're soft now. I mean, so there's no wonder kids these days are soft. They're not all soft. I'm just playing mostly. But where's the married people out? Yay! Yay! I've been married for almost 15 years, going between 13 and 15, somewhere in there. Don't quote me. I got married in 2008. I think being married after you've been married 10 years, stuff gets way different. Like you're just at this point in your life, you're like, he's there, I'm there. No, we love each other, but we respect each other. It's kind of crazy how like the only thing me and my wife really fight about now is me listening because an awesome listener. I'm a great listener. It's like actually one of my traits is just good. I'm good a listener. I've always been a good listener. I'm good at listening to music and detecting stuff. Always been listening to music, but I'm working on listening to my wife better. It's just like we've been together so long. There's nothing we don't know. We've talked about and trying to get better at listening to her and listen to stuff she says. Most of the time we get fun. She's saying on Tuesday I'm going to da 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 da. And I'm like, hey, where you at? I told you I was going to da da da. I'm like, I'm a guy. I'm sorry. I don't remember da da da. But you guys know what I know. But it's just like other than that, it's recommended. But you bob and weave in the conversations, and you do what you got to do. No, it's been great. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But you guys don't really care, so no, I'm just kidding. I'm a basic kind of guy. Probably that's why I struggle a lot. I like basic stuff. I'll give you an example. Whenever I was a little kid, I remember one of the things that gave me the most anxiety must have been like sixth or seventh grade, somewhere in there. And whenever they rolled the 64 Crayola that box out, 64 crayons? Oh my, 64? I'm struggling with 8 and 16. 32 was my max. 64 crayons? Don't worry, kids. I didn't have a 64 crayon box. No, I got the 8. I had that. Well, I take that back. I had the 64 crayons, but it was just 64 random broken crayons, like in a box, and we figured it out that way. But 64, here's the thing: it wasn't for the fact of the number of crayons. It's for the fact that I had to remember those colors and spell them. I'm horrible spelling. Like I've barely figured out, pink, blue, and orange. I'm not gonna figure out orchard and magenta, lavender. I can't even say it. Lavender. Whatever. I can't spell those words. What? Can we just go back to the 8 crayons? All right. So since I didn't do that first podcast with Alive at 5, I was going to call it Alive at 5. We're going to call this the Alive at 5 segment where we celebrate being alive and 5 things that makes it great about being alive. I don't know about you. I like being alive. And since I'm a kid from the 70s and 80s, like I was saying, and I'm going to break down for you, the listener, my top 5 80s comedy movies. 80s comedy movies. Obviously, I'm a comedy guy. 80s had a lot of great comedies movies. This is really hard. This is probably why I didn't do the other podcast because it's way more work than I thought it was gonna be. And I'm not lazy, but it's just like yeah, it's already been done. So I just said I won't let you share mine. I'd like to hear what y'all's are. Hit me up at Steve Clifton. Uh Look at me, I don't even know my own email address I just created. Steve Clifton 7808 at gmail.com. That's Steve Clifton 7808 at gmail.com. What's your top five 80s comedy movies? I'd like to hear. So I'm just gonna jump into this. Number five, I got The Naked Gun, came out in 1998. Leslie Nielsen. All you gotta say. OJ Simpson's in there. He's not stabbing people, don't worry. Uh Slapstick comedy, great scenes. I don't want to ruin for you. Baseball scene at the end, which is always great for me, where he's playing an umpire, and it's just a great movie. If you haven't seen any of the Naked Gun series, I highly recommend them. They're all great. Don't get offended. Number four, Weird Science, came out in '85. About two teenagers who make a girl in their room do a science fair project, or I don't remember exactly what they're doing. They made a girl. She came to life. They made other girls jealous. They made the dudes jealous. Uh, the girl turned the brother into a turd at the end, which is the best scene. That's what everybody remembers. Number three, I'm a huge baseball scene head, so I'm going to go with Major League 1989. Major League, just great classic. Charlie Sheen winning. Uh, Baseball team that horrible, the Cleveland Indians, and they're trying to get better, and they get Willie Mays Hayes that's fast, and they get what was his name, Jobu Serrano, yeah, he was like witchcraft, and it's so funny baseball. It's got Bob Uecker in it, so can't go wrong with there. Number three, I'm gonna go Airplane, 1980. Once again, great slapstick. I think Leslie Nielsen might be in this one as well. It's just great off the wall, humorous. Probably wouldn't pass today's comedy. Just great movie. Just such a great movie. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in there. Yeah, just a great movie. A lot of great puns and just stuff that Timmy and my friends still say today. So I'm gonna go with number three, Major League. I mean, two, Airplane. Number one, which is really hard for me, but I'm gonna go Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Came out in 1987. John Candy was in a lot of movies in the 80s. To me, this is his best one with Steve Martin. Yeah. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's basically about uh, a guy that's trying to get back to his family on Christmas. The Christmas movie. Go figure. And trying to get back to his family, and then he runs into John Candy, and they just have shenanigans. Kind of like Curb Your Enthusiasm, just roadblock after roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. End up in a motel room, snuggling, waking up. Where's your hands? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows. Anyways, watch the movie. It's just one of the funniest movies you ever seen. There's an epic Steve Martin scene where he's trying to pick up his car rental. And he has to deal with the generic lady. Oh, what's her? What? And he just goes off on her. It's just one of the best movies ever made, besides being the movie of the '80s. I had two runner ups, two honorable mentions, as you could say. Both of them, I fought to get them in there, but one is Howard the Duck. It came out in 1986. It's about a duck that's from like outer space, and he meets a girl, and he's like an alcoholic, smoking, cussing duck. That it's just a great movie. Graphics are horrible, as an '80s movie should be, but just check it out. This is a really good movie. It's like one of the first movies I remember, like an actual movie, because it's like, oh, that's a movie. That makes sense, but it doesn't. You'll get it. Anyways, and the other one was Coming to America in 1988. I almost put that in as my topping out Naked Gun. I mean, Coming to America. I mean, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Fred Sanford. I mean, do I have to say anything else? I mean, those three are comic legends. Such a good movie. Again, even towards the end there. But yeah, that's my top five. But anyways, I hope you guys, have a good week. Hope you listen to me again. If you don't, I'm still gonna talk on here. Hopefully, I'll get better at this. But have a good week, and let's go Cowboys. We'll see you. Bye now.